Coming up on this week's vlog, we leave our overnight mooring at the Shady pub and make our way up towards Anderton. The weather starts to close in and we end up getting rained off. But at the moment we're going nowhere.
Welcome to Life on Board AmyJo this week. Today we are starting our little mini cruise to Anderton as we have a free 2-week window without any wedding prep.
Well, we've just set off in the rain, as is usual for us, as you well know. But it's nice to see the Shady Oak open again, although it's no longer called the Shady Oak. They've dropped Oak from the name and it's now just known as the Shady. So we wish the new owners luck, because it is a lovely pub. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing much filming today. It is chucking it down a rain and we're all in our wet gear. Smudge has decided he don't like the rain, so he's gone inside. So we'll see how we get on today. I think
Got locks, haven't we, today?
kids are up.
Can't miss me today, bright pink.
Yeah, and of course it's going to rain because we've got locks to do today.
Yeah. Only it's 5, I think, isn't it?
5, yeah. Then we got Tiverton. Well, first of all, Walton's lock. Then we got Tiverton. Then Iron, Stone, and
Bunbury Shuffle.
Bunbury Shuffle, yeah. So, although I doubt many people will be moving today, because apart from the hire boats, because it's, as you can see, it's absolutely soaking.
We must be mad.
Yep. Fire wash is something else.
I just had to release the pressure.
Yeah. Lock number 1 of the day. This is lock 10. This is Walton's lock, and I'd like £1 for as many times we've been up and down these locks, but we still treat them with great care and caution, because they can be dangerous locks if not handled properly. So at the moment what we've done is I'm holding AmyJo back in the lock, and Chris has cracked both paddles 50%. And that holds us in against the wall for now.
Well, got to our first look of the day, going up, and I'd forgotten what to do. We are the only boat in the lock, but it was a case of, do I do all one paddle first, or do I do the other paddle? Which side do I do first? Oh, I don't know. Oh, ye of little brain, I think, today. Smudge is over there underneath the other lock beam, complaining as normal. But beautiful background, Beeston Castle in the background there. Lovely. Although it is wet, it's still nice and warm, which is quite nice. Good for doing the locks really, because you don't get overheated then. So, wait for it to get halfway up. What I wait for is the paddles are halfway either side, and once it goes over that sill where the concrete is, then I open the paddles fully. Otherwise, there's a lot of space for AmyJo to be rocked about in, and we prefer just to keep her nice and steady. Yeah, I think what I normally do is
You shut the other one before.
shut the other one,
Yeah.
but then if you end up opening the gate as well,
You are now.
by the time it takes me to get moving. Oh, have your boats, haven't they, really?
Yeah.
They must have had someone.
You're spoilt because you've been used to single locks.
Yeah, but we came down this set of locks.
Yeah.
Come on then, little man. Let's go. Back on the boat.
Come on, Split. On your pop, lollipop. Attaboy. On your pop.
These
honey.
do slip,
Yeah, you just have to be.
so I have to make sure that.
That's a familiar sight around here. This is Beeston Castle. Looking grey and foreboding over the top there. At least the rain has stopped for now, and we are now cruising towards Ironlock, which is a known internet dead spot. So our poor watchers on the live feed are going to miss out a little bit because the signal will drop out on them and they'll just get the circle. So apologise for that, or it's a belated apology now anyway by the time you see this, but unfortunately not we can do about that. The flat concreted area to the right that we're just passing was the site of a major breach a couple of years ago, and it took them months to restore it. Just look at the canal now, the difference in a few weeks with the foliage on the trees and the grass, etc. Real thick canopy of leaves on the trees now compared to what there was 4 weeks ago when we came up this way. Really big leaves on these plants. I forget what they call them now, but they are massive around here, and there's a lot of them, as you can see. I must learn to keep my mouth shut. Barely had I said the rain eased off, then the heavens opened up So it's now throwing it down again, and I've had to put the brolly up. Chris has retreated to the front to stay dry, so there we go. Cameras have all been put away again. And by the time we got to Chas Harden's base, the higher fleet there, the heavens really did open up, and there was a torrential downpour, as you can see. By now, both Chris and I were absolutely soaked through, and poor Smudge looked like he'd been in for a swim. We decided that that's enough, and we were going to pull him. We've given up. The rain gods have beaten us this time. We're getting soaked through, and we don't need to. So we've come up Iron Lock. We're now moored between Iron Lock and Stone Lock on the visitor moorings here, and we're just going to sit tight till the rain's gone. If it brightens up later today, we may cruise, but at the moment we're going nowhere. Well, true to form, we've moored up. And guess what? Yep, you got it. The sun's come out. So we are going to attempt to move again. We'll see how far we get before the rain starts. Attempt number 2 is we're underway again. It's dry. There's blue sky about, but still a lot of cloud. So we're going to carry on. There's a boat just gone into the lock ahead of us, which is Stone Lock, and they're very kindly let us join them. So we'll see how far we get before it rains again. Not far probably, but hey ho. True to form, we've barely got up the lock and it's already started to spit with rain. We're in a bit of a sheltered spot here, so it's not we're not getting too wet, but yeah, barely got underway. That's Stone Lock behind us that we've just come up, and it's raining.
Hello, Pockets.
There's a lake just off the side of the canal here that for years has been overgrown, and we've just noticed that it's now being manicured. But it looks like it's being set up as a fishing lake now, but it looks really nice with the park benches and what have you. Just catch a glimpse through the trees there. There's definitely looks like a fish farm in the corner there now. There's all new walkways across to the islands in the middle, and a lot of work being done on that lake. Well, so far we've managed to avoid most of the rain. There's still the odd 1 or 2 spots about, but the sun keeps trying to come out, and we are in some beautiful countryside, so I guess that compensates for it. But yeah, and because we're now cruising in company and a couple on a Chas Harden hire boat, and that's helping us get through the locks in good time.
So much easier with 2 people, it's brilliant.
Yeah. Didn't really get much chance to video coming up in the locks, but I would imagine the bow camera's got most of it. But that's Bunbury done, and now we're lock free for a bit. So and at last the sun is now starting to show itself, and it's warming up. Yay! Of course the crew are on station as always. Young Smudge is on his favourite spot. The wind is getting up a little bit though, to be fair, but it's manageable at the moment, so we've managed to cope with it. So there we go. Smudge has decided he's going to have a little stroll along the roof. He knows one of the boats along here has a cat on it, he's remembered, and that's what he's looking for, the cat.
Right. Hiya. Well, as on the canals, you get some very sort of narrow bits and blind bends, believe it or not. And this is just one of them. We were approaching this bend, I think it goes to the left, and a hire boat was coming the other way. It doesn't show it, but it was coming pretty fast. Fortunately, we both saw each other and went into reverse to avoid the collision, which was good. But as you can see, he did end up a little bit across the canal, but in the end it all worked out well.
Well, it's eventually stopped raining while we were cruising, but we're now moored up just shy of Calverley Services. In fact, we're just north of Calverley Services, which are through that bridge over there, and we're going to spend the night here. And then tomorrow we'll head off onto the Middlewich branch. But it is nice and peaceful here. And not too much road noise from the A51, which isn't far away over there. But otherwise, not a bad mooring.
Well, all that leaves is for us to say thank you for watching this vlog. Thank you to all our Patreons and everybody that does buy us a coffee. Very much appreciated to keep the running of the equipment going. And I think that's it for this week. Join us next time on Life on Board AmyJo.